All right, so let's go. All right. So my name is Gregory Cox, and thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. And so I am the founder of Doing Family Supportive Services, which is a 501c3 non-for-profit organization. And so our goal is to continue to educate, inform, and empower parents in, who are involved with the child welfare system. So one of the things I am doing now is that I am creating uh, YouTube channel to be able to educate the parents on what they need to know as it relates to child welfare and the systems of child welfare. So thank you for joining me today. I want to talk about um, families recovering when returning home. What does that mean? That means there's a recovery process that parents have to go through once the children's are returned home or once the family is reunited. And so I want to talk about family recovery when returning home, because you do know that after some separation from the family, uh, things are going to be different now than they were before. All right. So let's talk about what you need to know as a parent now that you in the process of recovery with your family. Number one, first thing you need to know is the thing that affect parents is the past trauma, meaning that the things that you went through with your children, with the Department of Child Welfare, with DCFS, the past trauma, that's going to be major as you begin to make your family healthy and whole again, right? And so the next thing that you need to know is understanding mental health and mental wellness. Um, as a result of the trauma, there's some things that you personally need to make sure that you are making sure that you're getting help for, which is your mental health, the issue that you have as a parent. And then the next one is lack of education or lack of employment. There are some things you're going to need to do for yourself in order to rise your self-esteem up, in order to continue to strengthen yourself as a parent. And it may involve education. It may involve an employment, making sure that you are employed or you being educated. It may mean that you may need to return back to school in order to get a better job for your family, right? That may be what you need to know. Next one is poverty. Are you in poverty? Um, are you in a community where there's lack? And if it is, then what are the resources that's in the community that you need to know about? And I'm going to talk about that later. What are the resources that you need to know about in your community? And then the next thing that affect parents once they get back home, the children is back, is community violence. Let's face it, some parents are going to be going back home or back into a community where there's a lot of violence at. And so that's going to be one of the things that need to be taken a look at once you begin to get back home with your children and begin to raise your children's. Is that violence in the community? Are you part of a group that's helping to minimize or get rid of the violence in your community? I think that's going to be important for you too, is to get involved. And the next thing we need to know once your family is in recovery, and I just talked about this, a support system. Um, what is a support system? Do you have a support system? It's a network of people or facilities that provide you with a certain lifestyle so that you can get everything you need that would help strengthen your family and strengthen you as an individual. All right, we're talking about family recovery after child welfare involvement. Let's go. Next one. Here's something you need to know. There's a difference between personal support community support, DCFS support, and then family support. And I want to address all of those. I want to address them one at a time. Number one, personal support. What do that look like? Personal support looks like one of the protective factors when it talks about concrete support in times of need. What do that mean? That means that are you getting the support that you need for yourself as an individual? Are you getting feedback from someone that's going to help you as you begin to recover, as you begin to get everything you need for yourself and then for your family, right? So are you getting the support that you need, the concrete support that you need? For me personally, when I got my children back from out of child welfare, my support, my personal support system came from the 12-step program. Right. So for me, it was from the 12-step program. So where's yours from? All right. Okay, let's go. Okay. So having a support system is a positive benefit. It benefits you. For me, it benefited me in my recovery. It helped me while I was staying sober and I was raising my kids as a single father, right? And so there is some benefits in a support system. And sometimes we don't think we need a support system because we want to go solo or we want to do it on our own. Don't get tricked into thinking that you don't need anyone else, because the truth of the matter is that we do need someone else to help us move forward, right? Here's a quote that I talked about. Support system reduce depression and anxieties. What do you mean by that? I mean that when you have a support system, you can avoid feeling depressed and having some anxieties when it looks like you can't do it, when it looks like you are not able to function as a parent. A support system would help you with that. So make sure that you develop or make sure that you are around a support system. That's individual support. But then there's what we call team support, right? And the team support is in your community. Are you volunteering and doing some things in your community? The YMCA, any school councils? Are you involved in any school council? Who's on your team? When you talk about who's on your team as a support, what do that look like? Okay. I talked about the personal support system. Let me talk about now the family support system, meaning that if you have parents, are they able to help you either financially or help you maybe when you need to go somewhere? Are they able to babysit for you, keep the kids for you? Siblings, do you have any sibling support? Is there any support as relates to your brothers and your sisters? Will they be able to assist you financially and or keeping your kids for you, transporting you somewhere, taking you somewhere? Is there any grandparents that's involved? These are family system, aunts and uncles, cousins, someone in your family that you know is mature enough or adult enough to be able to help you with your family, with your children, right? And so in the next one, I just put this on here because sometimes DCFS caseworkers is a means of support, and they may have some information as a result of community support that you may need. And then the next one, the community support. Are you involved in the public library? Do you know where your public library is at in your community, where you may not have a computer at home and you need to be able to go online and get some information? DCFS office. Are you familiar where the office is at? If you still are working with them, where do you go to get the support that you need? YMCA, they are helpful in the community when we talk about having a support system for your family and for you as an individual. Your church, where you worship at, where you praise your God at, they usually have family support teams and family support programs or programs for your children to help you begin to make sure that you're raising your children right. Food pantry. This is a big one. I know for me, when I was a single father, I had to go to a food pantry several times. Why? It's because I was working part-time and I was raising 3 boys on my own. And sometimes I ran out of food. I ran out of money and I ran out of food. And so food pantries are going to be a great support system for you and your family. And then the next one is a support group. Are you involved in a group that says, we want to help you get better. We want to make sure that you're not stressed and you're not overwhelmed. And so as a result of that, we want to make sure that you get everything you need, right? I put an X here because some people, some parents are no longer or do not want DCFS to support them at all moving forward. And so that may be you. So let's go. Next one is resource and support. Two-sided, same coin. They both can work as a strength for you and your family as you begin to continue to connect your family and make sure that your family is healthy and whole. Okay. So let me give you the characteristics of, hold on, I want to bring this down some so you can see that. The characteristic of a support system, things you need to know about a support system. What are the characteristics of a good support system? So number one, appropriate. A support system has to be appropriate, right? Number one. Number two, they have to be accessible, meaning that you need to be able to know, you need to be able to get to them. And it's not a big burden on you and your family if you're not able to have transportation and you can't get there, right? So they need to be accessible to you and your family. That's what a good support system looks like. Number three, available. They need to be available for you, whether online, whether on the phone, or whether you can go by and you can speak to someone where though they can help you with the support or the challenges that you're having. And then the next one is considered to be reliable. Are they reliable? If they say they're going to do something, are they going to do it? If they say they're going to open up at a certain time, is somebody going to be at the office when I need them? And if not, will they email me and let me know that the office is closed or no one is here today, you have to come back tomorrow? Are they reliable in getting you the information that you need for your family? Because remember, your family is at stake right now. And the most important thing is that your family is at stake right now. And then the next one is, are they safe? Is it a safe environment? Are they safe? Can I tell you struggles and some things that I'm challenged with, and it won't get back to someone else if I tell you that I'm struggling financially, that I'm struggling to pay my rent, I'm struggling with a bill, I'm struggling with food. Are you a safe place? I'm excited about this, you guys. I'm excited about just taking the opportunity to give you this information because I believe it's good information. Child welfare is not going to do this. So we have to make sure that we take an initiative and we take in responsibility to get this done. And so now I want to talk about the parents are the roots to the family. I'll say that again. Parents are the root of the family. Yes, they are. And as strong as the roots are, is going to be dependent on how strong the tree is, right? So if you look here on the slide, you can see different type of roots that the parents have. If you need counseling, are you receiving counseling for someone? Do you have a support group? Are you in therapy? Some of the things I just talked about. If you're in a 12-step program, do you have a sponsor? Do you have a mentor? Are you attending 12-step meetings? Do you have families and friends? Your roots as a parent should come up under some of these support systems and things that I talk about, because as strong as your roots are as a parent, you're going to rise up and be strong, and you're going to rise up and be strong for your children. And then the next one, I like this slide here, you guys. Let me move myself out of the way a little bit. But I like this slide here because we as parents, we have challenges. And sometimes when you're dealing with a system, you get discouraged. You get discouraged, you want to quit, you want to give up, you want to give in, you get tired, you get exhausted. Look at this photo here. One of the things that I like about it is that picture this is you on the photo. And no matter the complaints, you still going. I'm tired. I don't feel like it. I don't like my case manager. That's some of the attitude of the parents. This is too hard. I should just give up. But if you notice the cartoon or the animated that's in the cartoon, they kept going. Why? It's because there's a greater purpose. And what is the greater purpose? Is to have a successful return home with my children. Is to keep my kids home. Being strong as a parent leader. Become a healthy family. That's why we have to keep going, and you have to keep moving when it looks like you want to give up and it looks like you want to give in. I'm telling you, you have to keep going and you have to keep moving forward. Yes, it's going to be some challenges. Yes, you're going to have to break through some walls. Yes, you're going to have to break through some barriers. But I'm here to tell you that you can do it, you can win. And remember, keep your goal in mind and keep your goal at the top, which is to reunite with your family and your children. Let's go. I want to talk about accessing resources. When you're assessing resources, when you're accessing resources. Identify what you need. When you accessing resources, identify what you need. What do you need for your family? Number 2, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need. You're not the only one that have a need. Be persistent. When it come down to you trying to get what you need, don't just give up just at the first time. Be persistent. Do your research. Meaning make sure that you have some information that they may not think you have already. Do your research. And then the next one, you as a parent leader, you are the biggest protective factor in your child's life. They're counting on you to get it right. My wife said something one time that was so profound. She said, our children's help us to mature. Why? Because they put a demand on us to stay strong. They put a demand on us to go to work, to come home, to cook the meal, to make sure that they go to school, to make sure that the lights stay on, to make sure that the gas stay on. Your children's put a demand on you. So we are the biggest protective factors in our life. Why? Because we love them. They're our children's, we love them, and we want the best for them. Any questions? So here's what I want to do. In the comment section below, I'm going to post this on the YouTube channel. And in a comment below, if you got any questions, please put your questions in the section below. Also add your email to it. And so I want to get back to you and make sure that your questions are asked. Also, visit the website doingfamily.org and make sure that you're connecting with us so that we can continue to bring these workshops and bring these trainings to you as often as you may need them. So make sure you go to the website doingfamily.org. Make sure you connect with the YouTube channel and subscribe to the channel. It's Cox Live Talk or Parent Perspective. There's two there's two YouTube channels. So thank you and enjoy your day. I'm excited. I'm looking forward for you and your family to be healthy and healed. So enjoy your day. Bye-bye.